Okay, dear student, so today we will discuss about the second part of this video lecture. This is a very small video lecture mainly focusing on a new topic that is called address binding. So, as the term suggests, binding means binding is the mapping of one address space to another address space. In most cases, user program will go through several steps. Address may be represented in many ways. Address in the source program are generally represented through symbolic address such as count or move, this type of symbolic address. And when a compiler typically binds this address to relocatable address or base address, and then the loader or linkage editor will bind that address to absolute or physical address. So binding is the mapping of one address space to the another address space. So when any source program is compiled and generate the object module, this time is called compilation time. And when the object file is converted to loader is actually convert the object module by using linkage editor and load module and generate the execution file, this time is actually called loading time. And finally, when we generate the execution or binary image file, that time is called runtime or the execution time. Now I want to focus on a real life example, how we actually conceptualize mapped with the real world problem with this address binding. Say when we write any program in any language, for example, when you write any program through C language, when you save that program in our hard disk or hard drive, maybe the program is hello world.c. This is the source program. Source program is represented through symbolic address. And when the compiler actually compiles this source program, then hello_world.c will be converted to what? .obj or object file, right? So compiler actually converts or bind this source address space with the relocatable or base address, that is the object module .obj file, and then the loader or linkage editor will convert this object file to binary executable file .exe. hello world.exe will be generated. So in that way, the source file or symbolic address will typically mapped or bind with base address or relocation address, and that base address and relocation address are bind or mapped with absolute or physical address space. This is the actual concept of address binding. So in our next class we will discuss logical address space versus physical address space, or the mapping between how the memory will map with the logical address with the physical address. Thank you.